Good afternoon, Rockets fans. And if you are in Georgia with me, please stay warm because it is snowing outside. We have a lot to talk about. Rockets versus the Pistons last night. It was not a good game, guys. Overall, I think that we should flush this game. And we're going to get into what's for the birds early today. What's for the birds is thinking that the Pistons are an easy W on the schedule. Obviously, that's not the case. Another thing, we may not have a huge rivalry with the Detroit Pistons anymore, but they certainly have one with us. They got a bone to pick with us, and they definitely, let me get away from saying definitely. They have a bone to pick with us. We gotta come with a different level of focus. I've been saying that all year, and we've been doing a good job of having that focus throughout the season, or at least the first half. But yeah, we gotta have a different level of focus. These next couple of games are not easy by any stretch of the imagination. We got the Cavaliers twice, and then we got the Boston Celtics. And then we got the Atlanta Hawks, which I'm happy to say here today is my second time going to the Atlanta Hawks versus the Houston Rockets game. I wish my guy Jabari Smith Jr. was playing. I got to see him last year, but this year I'm hopefully getting to see Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, Fred play this year, Şengün hopefully plays this year, and of course my guy Jalen Green. Again, I saw him play last year and had a crazy poster dunk on DeJounte Murray, who's not in Atlanta anymore. And they're struggling over there in New Orleans, but they'll get it together, man. I know that they got a lot of talent over there. Brandon Ingram, if he doesn't find a home with the New Orleans Pelicans, I'm sure he's going to find a really good home somewhere else in the NBA. That dude is an asset on any team. But let's get right into this game. First quarter, Şengün, against a stronger defender, you have to use quickness. You have to use your skill over the brawn, especially when this guy is stronger than you, as he has shown. Jalen Duren gave us problems all night. We did a better job with boxing him out in the second half. He was quiet in the second half, but in the first half, he killed us on the offensive glass. He killed us put-back dunks. He was a man amongst boys in the first half, and if he could put that together for 82-game season, I was seeing Chris Webber flash. I was seeing flashes of Chris Webber, honestly. And the way that Chris Webber used to be a man amongst boys in college, so I hear, right? That was before my time. But even in the NBA, Chris Webber was a problem with the Kings. He was a problem with all the teams that he played with. Chris Webber was that guy, and I see a little bit of Jalen Duren in him. Maybe not the handle, but definitely the physique, the man amongst boys aura. So shout out to Jalen Duren, man. That dude definitely jumped off the page when I was watching the game. Also in the first quarter, we had way too many turnovers. 7 first quarter turnovers. Very sloppy first quarter. Unacceptable. Second quarter, we struggled on our vision and our fast break opportunities throughout the entirety of the season so far. I was preaching that we need to get better on running a fast break, alley-oops, yada, 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 right? Y'all heard me say this before. But in this instance, this was a great opportunity of us throwing the lob up and getting back to running the fast break well. Because when we're good on the fast break and we're good in transition, we're able to score easy baskets. And although we struggle in the half court set now, hopefully we're able to get that going. But it all starts with playing good defense, which we've been playing. Good defense, and then transition offense, and then ultimately get into a good half-court set offense. But that comes with experience. That comes with veteran leadership. And I know that we're a young team still trying to figure it out. But in the playoffs, half-court offense is crucial. If you're not able to score in the half court, you're definitely going to struggle in the playoffs. So, food for thought. Hopefully we work on it throughout the season. But definitely a good job fighting back in the second quarter. We ended the second quarter tied. So, it's definitely a good job on our half. In the third quarter, we needed more offensive possessions like this possession you see here. Alfred Sengun taking Jalen Duren off the dribble. As I was saying earlier, you got to use quickness. You got to use your ball skills in order to attack a stronger defender. And Alfred Sengun got him in space and was able to make moves on him. And it seemed like you had figured it out. You also had another play. You got an and one on him underneath the basket. Was able to make a quick move, get him in space, and you realize that he's not as quick as he is strong. So I thought at that moment when you got two in a row that you were going to take off with it. And it's not to say that you didn't have a bad game. In my opinion, I think Jalen Green had a bad game. Very quiet 19 points. When I saw that he had 19, I was like, yeah, very quiet 19 points. He did not. Again, maybe this is my fault because I'm trying to downplay the whole rivalry that we have with the Pistons. I don't think that they're on our level, but they definitely came to play this night, and apparently they are starting to take the right steps in order to go from a very bad team to at least mediocre and maybe being able to make it in the play-in tournament on the East. So that's nothing but the coaching staff over there. That's nothing but Cade Cunningham's taking those next steps in his career. This dude, Cade Cunningham, just to segue back into this segment here in the third quarter, we have to make somebody else beat us, man. We let Cade Cunningham play one-on-one way too much. Maybe we're not watching film enough on the opposite team. But Cade Cunningham is capable of dropping a 50 ball. He got wherever he wanted to go against us. He was calling out Jalen Green, come dunk on me now. I saw him screaming at you on the bench. Where you at, yada, yada, and cooking us and giving us the business in every sense of the word, man. He was giving us all of that 200, whatever check he signed, he was giving us all of that. 32 points, left side of the block, 18-footer, right side of the block, 18-footer, shooting from the three. Didn't even notice, man, had a three ball. Yeah, man, he was getting disrespectful with the scoring, man. It may not be a rivalry. Again, I'm going to say this. We may not have a huge rivalry with the Detroit Pistons, but they certainly got a rivalry with us, and they trying to spark that fire back up. So we beat them 6 times in a row. Like I said, before this game, it was dead in the water. But they sparking it back up, man. They starting to get the whole why Cade Cunningham was number 1 pick in the draft, Jalen Green number 2, the Twins, of course. You know the story. I thought we had left that in the past, but This is not an easy team that we could beat each and every night anymore. Fred VanVleet is the player of the game. Honestly, we deserve to lose that game last night. If we do watch any film, I would just say to watch the credits on Alfred Şengün being able to score against a stronger defender, and when it is necessary to use your quickness and your ball skills, dribbling, that's what I'm talking about, in order to get your shot off, because in the beginning you struggled. Can't always rely on your strength because there's always somebody stronger. You can't always rely on your quickness because there's always somebody quicker. So you'll be an all-star, and you'll be well-deserving of an all-star when you're able to get that concept. Not everything requires a fadeaway. Moves and counter moves. I'm sure you heard that from the Dream. Hakeem Olajuwon, for those that aren't Rockets fans. That's the best Rocket in the history of the Rockets. Hakeem Olajuwon, and he teaches post play. I'm sure that he got in the lab with Alfred Şengün teaching counter moves and counter moves. That guy was the alpha when it came to the footwork, the post moves, all of that. So, Alfred, as you grow, understand, again, stronger defender in front of you, want to use quickness. Quicker defender in front of you or a smaller defender in front of you, you want to punish him with the physicality. Got to be able to identify that early. Got to be able to identify that and stick to it throughout the entirety of the game. And you will go to another level. Next game, I want to say that we got against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's make sure that we eat our Wheaties, man. Let's make sure that we eat our Wheaties, man. Peace, y'all.
I'm trying to famous. Ooh, I'm trying to famous.